Pete Canalicchio presents Licensing Contract Negotiation Process, Stage 2, Developing a Negotiating Strategy. While negotiation skills come with experience, these terms and techniques should help you improve your effectiveness. When negotiations fail to meet or exceed our expectations, it is usually because we view negotiations as a zero-sum game, lack a framework from which to negotiate, are unaware of the effects of our behavior on others, are limited by institutional and cultural norms, are trapped by ego, emotions, and escalation of commitment. William Ury and Roger Fisher, in their book Getting to Yes, argue that with a proper understanding of what goes into a negotiation and an adequate amount of preparation, individuals can greatly improve their chance for success. The authors break negotiation down into the following 7 elements. 1. Alternatives. Alternatives are defined as the walkaway possibilities each party has if no agreement is reached. The best alternative to a negotiated agreement, or BATNA, is defined as the option that normally would be chosen if an agreement cannot be reached. For a licensor, alternatives may include choosing to manufacture the product in-house or choosing not to enter the market. The BATNA will tend to drive the degree to which a licensor or licensee is willing to tolerate a higher or lower royalty or minimum guarantee within a standard deal term range. 2. Interests. Interests relate to the needs, concerns, goals, desires, and fears that motivate us to negotiate. By clearly knowing your interests and estimating the other parties, you can then determine which are shared, differ, or are in conflict. This includes intangible interests such as feeling heard, respected, and valued. Therefore, the better you understand your interests and those of the other party, the more you open up the zone of possible solutions. When evaluating interests in a negotiation, be sure to consider third parties who can sway a negotiation. 3. Options. Options are defined as all of the possibilities on which the parties might agree. When I enter a negotiation, I look for win-win options. By brainstorming options that are based on each party's interests, you can improve the results of your negotiation. For example, if you go to the grocery to buy an orange that you feel like eating, and find that you and another shopper desire the last orange left in the bin, you could consider fighting over the last orange, splitting the orange in half with the other party, or asking the other party why he wants the orange. 4. Standards of legitimacy. Standards of legitimacy include laws, regulations, industry standards, the market price, and expert opinion. Because we are hardwired to achieve fair outcomes and reject unfair outcomes, standards of legitimacy can be a powerful tool in ensuring no one feels taken in a negotiation. In your negotiation preparation, you may wish to understand how the gross margins in your industry differ against industry norms. In that way, you can explain why your appeal for a lower royalty rate is a fair request. 5. Communication. Communication is defined as the exchange of thoughts, messages, or information by speech, writing, physical cues, or other action. Oftentimes, the message you are sending is not the message the other party is receiving. Therefore, it is important to tailor your words and tone to the needs of your intended audience. Then ask them to confirm what they have heard. In this way, you can clarify any miscommunication that may have an adverse impact on the success of your negotiation. 6. Relationship. Relationship involves the connection between the parties in a negotiation, especially their ability to manage differences well. Relationship is especially important when the parties must come together as business partners after the negotiation is completed, as is the case in a licensing agreement. Therefore, it is valuable to strive to improve the relationship as the result of the negotiation, as likely would incur in the third option in the orange sharing example above. And at minimum, ensure the relationship is not harmed, as in the winner-take-all first option. 7. Commitment. Commitment takes into consideration an agreement about what the other party will or will not do in a negotiation. In preparing for any negotiation, avoid committing too early. When you are ready, secure a successful commitment by making sure it is specific, firm, and implementable. Consider making process commitments early in the negotiation.
You were listening to a Pete Canalicchio production. Grab valuable resources from brand licensing experts for 100% free today. Are you interested in extending your brand's influence, strengthening consumer relationships, and generating unlimited revenue from guaranteed royalty payments? Get your free membership today. Visit PeteCanalicchio.com/fast-track.